Alright, today our session dedicated to technical drawing of the pendant, and you will need a compass, mechanical pencil, ruler, and another ruler. Okay, the starting point is preparing your grid. The way you prepare your grid, you need to make a vertical line first, and a perpendicular line 90 degrees using this ruler. Okay, and step on the side about 4 centimeters, 4 to 3 centimeters, make a dot. Let's put a 3, make a dot, and make the axle for our side view of our future pendant. So now you have a center. We can start with a simple example of the round shape, and round shape can be just like a coin kind of pendant. I'm going to step 1 centimeter on each side of the center, and then using compass create a circle, inserting needle in the center, and then creating a circle. You can also do that with this ruler if you want to, or with a compass, whatever comfortable for you. Next step is to create a link, and link is important in jewelry, so we have to mention that on the paper right after that. So when you're creating the link, you make sure that you have a double line, not single but double, because it's a wire which has a thickness. Next step is to create a center. Let's say I want to put some kind of cabochon round shape, just to keep it simple. This is where I can go to my ruler, or you can do it with a compass if you want to, but anyway. So now using this ruler, I'm going to identify where's the center by this indication here, and then make a circle. So that would be my cabochon. And I will also need to frame it, and therefore I'm going to put it in the bezel setting, which is going to hold our stone. Also, what I need to do is I have to identify the thickness, and the thickness goes always from the right down corner, like so. Alright, so you can ignore at the moment the part of shading. You don't need to do that for technical drawing. If you do that, great. Otherwise, you can keep it plain. I'm going to erase this area here because this is where my cabochon will sit. And these ones I'll just erase slightly. The important part when you're creating your side view, you have to take all the measurement to the side, to the right side. Can be left, but for me it's comfortable to the right side. So, beginning in the end of every element in your jewelry piece, you have to take this measurement. So once you did that, then we need to start drawing the side view. For example, we start with a big one, and this particular, the beginning goes to the side here, and then the bottom here, and this is where then I need to create, and I'm following the center. If it's 2 millimeters, I have to step 1 millimeter on each side, and that I can do with my ruler and make a line, and that would be my base of my pendant. Then we have bezel. Again, you're counting where is it going to begin here, and this one down here, begin here. Again, we're stepping, let's say another 2 millimeters, which I'm going to do. And then we have a cabochon. The cabochon shape, again, the starting point is going to be here and here. Cabochons are elevated, and therefore that's what we need to do. Mentioned here jump ring, and jump ring from the side will look like so, oval-ish. Going inside, so that's important because it has to go inside of the jump ring, and it shows that it's flexible. Now, for example, I want to put additional stones here. Let's say I want to put it somewhere here. How do I know that I'm being correct? Again, I'm taking the compass and making my indication here, like so. And then I know that my other stone is going to be right here, just like this one here and this one here. Now I need to transfer to the side views. What do? I do the same thing, transferring it to the side. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to erase all the unnecessary lines which I don't need anymore. So this is where you can think about, okay, this is the side I see the most, and that therefore this area is going to be darker, showing that this is front going to the back. You can also minimize the contrast as it goes away from your eye, creating some kind of visual perspective. Same thing you can do for the bezel of the stone. Thicker as it closer to you, thinner as it goes away from your view. Then we have a cabochon stone inside, can be anything, and a little bit of shading of the thickness of the pendant, just to give a nice realistic view. Okay, now here it goes inside. We put a little bit of shadow to show that this goes inside, you see, like so. Same thing I'm going to do on the frontal view of the pendant. Now I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to erase that. Emphasize on the thickness, which always will show in the right down corner, and as you are shading it up and down to the left, your line will become thinner and thinner and thinner. Then you can apply shading. If your pendant is flat like mine, then the shades I'm going to apply, the strokes are going to be absolutely straight. Once you're done with your rendering, side view, beautiful. Now we need to identify and put technical aspect measurement for the workshop who is going to make your beautiful piece. So I have to bring here, that's what we need to do here, bring down the measurement. All necessary information has to be registered on the paper. The width of the piece, the thickness of the piece, diameter, and so on. And that's how we do it. So you bring it first, identify how big is that. I'm going to bring it now. That's going to be my measurement, not too close and not too far. And say how much is it. This is 20 millimeters, all the measurement in millimeters. This one is 2 millimeters, good. So we need to make this borders. Okay. And you put, see here is very small amount. We don't have a space here, therefore the arrows are going to point inside, the other way around, where the indication of 2 millimeters, 20 millimeters. Okay, because it's absolutely round, we don't need this side because it's going to be the same. You can also put diameter, and that's how you put diameter. So that is what identify this is absolutely round and everywhere 20 millimeters. Now what's happening with the stone? What is the size? The size of the stone is 8 millimeters, and therefore that's what you can do. You can bring it to the side 45 degree to the side, like so. Right, and put education stone 8mm diameter. And then you have full information for the workshop to manufacture this piece.